to the trees over here with my camera. I'll try to hold this thing steady. I know I move it around a little too much. Just getting used to it. Well, anyway, it's Mike. I'm back here talking about coronavirus, what's going on. It's Friday the 13th. I know that you're not superstitious, right? So the markets aren't going to crash or anything today. I mean, they already crashed like every single day this week, right? I mean, are they going to crash again? I don't know. But let's go back and kind of do a summary of what we've been talking about. And fear is the number one thing that's gripping everybody right now. Fear of this whole thing. People don't know what's going on. They're fearful. Of course, my last video was dealing with mindfulness, and we have Zyzo, our director of mindfulness, at aplantbaseddiet.org. You want to find out about him, just go to aplantbaseddiet.org, our website, and you can find out more about him. But I think I talked to Zyzo. He will probably be doing some videos in the near future, which is pretty cool, talking about mindfulness, meditation, these types of things. These are techniques, if you're having trouble coping, that you definitely want to consider doing at this point in time, because everybody has feelings of anxiety, but whether you act on them and they affect you in a negative way or not, that is something that's really up to you. And something that absolutely will affect your immune system in a negative way, absolutely negative way. Anxiety and depression are not normal states. It's not where your body wants to be. Those are extremes, okay? Make sure you recognize that. Those are extremes that you actually have some control over, believe it or not. Now, you may be in such an awful state of depression or anxiety that you have lost control, and in which case you probably need to go to the hospital, so go. But if you're not to that point, we want you to get better. So this anxiety, this fear is gripping everything. I mean, fear's gripped the markets, right? The sociology studies, the psychology of the markets, that is what is driving the markets into panic right now. Everybody's in panic. Now, what is this whole thing about? Let's summarize what I've made the last couple of videos on. I'd say that for the most part, what's going on now is really dealing with building up your immune system combined with social isolation. And both of these are important, because the problem is, if we don't get a good grip on both of these concepts going forward, what's going to happen is the entire medical system is going to be overwhelmed and not going to be able to handle the terrible, large medical needs of the general public. So, walked up a big hill. I'm getting my aerobic exercise today. Are you getting yours? Okay, this is another way to build up your immune system. Daily aerobic exercise, at least 30 minutes a day. I've got my Fitbit on. It's not on this hand, actually. It's on the other hand right now. But step counting, you want to get at least, I'd say, 10,000 steps a day. Maybe more like 15,000 steps a day. And that's like 5 miles or close to it of walking during the course of the day, somewhere in that range, depending upon the accuracy of your Fitbit. Sorry, getting out of breath going up that hill. So, what can I say about your immune system that I haven't already said? Get rid of the animal products, get rid of the junk food, the vegan junk food. This is not the time for vegan junk food, okay? You want to be building up your immune system. Don't think that because you haven't done it your whole life that it's too late for you. It's not too late. In fact, this can happen in a matter of days. You can totally build up your immune system in just a few days, make a huge stride in there. If you just eat, like I was talking to this guy with his dog, mainly fruits and vegetables. He even said when he was doing that, his skin cleared up, all these other problems he had. He reversed Crohn's disease. This is just some guy I was just talking to randomly on the trail here, okay? So this stuff happens. This stuff can be done. And let me just sit down on the bench over here. How about that? So I don't have to walk all the time anymore. All right. And actually, it's a little bit wet. It was raining. See, am I going to be able to sit down here? Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to talk to the trees. Like that guy was saying. Okay, talk to the trees. So, where are we with this? Are you guys living your best life? You need to be living your best life, because if you don't, stuff like this could wipe you out. I mean, there are entire countries on lockdown right now, because I know in some of the videos previous to this I've talked about, what's going to happen about quarantines. Well, that's basically a lockdown. So it could mean that you may need to go out to the stores. I know there's been a run on the stores. There's no toilet paper anywhere, and other things, that are just crazy. You think you'd have some normally in your house. You don't need to stock up right now, but you may need to stock up some good foods. And if you don't know how to cook, remember, go to our website, aplantbaseddiet.org. There's a tab on there, healthy recipes. Please click on there. You don't have to spend any money at all. You don't have to buy any books, any paper books or anything. And you'll learn how to cook. It's really easy, fun, delicious, healthy recipes. There's so many different recipes. These are the healthiest, okay? I'm telling you, we only want to promote that kind of stuff to you guys. The other stuff is prepared foods. If you don't like to make your own foods, prepared foods. We have healthy prepared foods tab on our website as well. So go check that out and order some of those. There's a couple different selections on there, and they're all the healthiest stuff. Most of the prepared foods out there are total junk. You don't want it, especially not now. You want to build up your immune system. Worst case scenario, eat some raw fruits and vegetables, okay? What have I been eating the last couple of days? Some raw organic carrots and some Engine 2 hummus. And when you get hummus, by the way, get it without oil. You don't want processed stuff in there, okay? Oil is a highly, highly processed form of a vegetable. It's a perverted form, actually, of a vegetable. You don't want it. Just like you wouldn't pour oil down the drain in your house, right? You wouldn't pour grease down your pipes. Don't put that stuff in your body. Do not put anything with oil in your body, especially not right now when you need to build up your immune system. Does that make sense? If it does, type in yes in the comments there, okay? If you wouldn't pour it down the drain, don't put it in your body. That's a really good way to remember this. And I've said this for a while now. And when some people hear it, they're like, yeah, it's interesting. Why would I want to eat that stuff? It's going to mess you up just like it's going to mess the pipes of your house up. And which is more important, you or the pipes in your house? Okay? So what have I been eating? I've also been eating, you saw, if you've been watching my videos, raw organic blueberries, raw organic blackberries. These types of things. I've been eating some organic bananas. All these things. I don't have to cook. I don't have to cook anything. Okay? Nutritious foods. Full of nutrition, full of vitamins and minerals, low in fat. That's the other thing. Low in fat. Whenever you move over to the junk food side of things, you're going to add the fat. You're going to end up jacking your BMI up way out of whack, which is going to throw you into metabolic syndrome. It's going to cause diabetes, even if you are not eating any animal products at all. And by the way, I don't eat any animal products, in case you're wondering. I mean, our nonprofit is a plantbaseddiet.org, but I want to make sure you know I am legit. If I haven't mentioned before, you don't want to necessarily take advice from someone who is not willing or able or living that life themselves. Am I correct? Type in yes in the comments if that's correct. You want somebody who's actually doing it. And I'm telling you, it's fun. It's enjoyable. I'm 50 years old. I turned 50 a couple weeks ago, almost a month ago now. Actually, it has been more than a month. It was February 9th. That was my birthday. So we're on Friday the 13th of March. So I'm a little bit over 50 years old. And the only thing you got to remember, the only supplement you got to remember to take, okay? You might as well start taking them now if you're not taking them. Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is the one you want to take. That's it. You don't need to take anything else as long as you're eating a well-rounded diet of fruits and vegetables. And let's go back to the social isolation thing. Well, I know Gwen Whitaker, owner of Green Fair Organic Cafe in Herndon, Virginia, the healthiest restaurant in the world. If you've watched me, you listen to our stuff, you've heard me talk about the restaurant all the time. It's an awesome place for a pilgrimage, and maybe they will expand at some point soon. But she sent out word to all of her customers just yesterday, talking about the procedures that they have in place to prevent the spread of this disease, and making sure that no employees show up for work if they have any types of symptoms that may be related to this, etc. And that they have, food that you can call in, and they'll I think even deliver it. I think the delivery is a new service that they offer. So anyway, something to consider if you're not making your own food is find a really healthy restaurant. And unfortunately, the reality is, there aren't very, very healthy restaurants, even the vegan restaurants. But Green Fair is awesome. However, if you want prepared foods, like I was saying, go to our website, aplantbaseddiet.org, click on the healthy prepared foods and learn about those. So, okay, financial markets. What's going on with the financial markets? We're in a bear market. It seems like markets have gone down like 15% in the last week. Who knows? They may bounce back today. There's all this talk about stimulus, and this video is on health. And as I've mentioned before, it's not only about your health, your physical health, but also the health of your finances. You can't really do well in life if you don't have decent finances. So you know what this means? Remember, I'm optimistic here. This is a great time to buy. I hope you've been saving your money. I hope you've recognized in recent times that the market was overvalued, because it has dropped. And even if you put in money today at 2,400 for the S&P 500, that's well below the 3,200 level it was at just a few months ago. So this is awesome. If you've if you've been able to discipline yourself. And all the stuff I'm talking to you about, by the way, is discipline. It's simple self-discipline. That's all it is. Because I think Warren Buffett said the stock market is a way that the patient investors take away money from impatient investors, or something along the lines of that. Because, we've been in the longest bull market run in history, and of course everyone knows that the United States president, who will remain nameless, wants to be reelected, and he's doing everything he can to prop up the markets, but it has to come to an end sometime, and this is probably how to do it. So I know there's a lot of incentive to kind of downplay what's going on so that the markets won't crash, because it's an election year, right? Of course. There's also not a lot of testing going on for this coronavirus, because people don't want to necessarily admit exactly how bad it is. But and then of course they don't want people to freak out and have to close everything. But you know what? It's happening. I mean, students, colleges, secondary schools, primary schools, everybody is starting to shut down for periods of time, like weeks. So it's here. The social isolation thing is here. I'm out here with the birds in the woods, as you can see, completely isolated. And I even wipe my phone off. That's another thing. Get into some good habits about that. I try to make it a habit of mine, whenever I get out of the shower, if I can remember, to have my phone and my watch with me and my keys. These are the things you touch the most, right? Well, after you take a shower, what I usually do, I'll run these things under the water. I'll be careful if you don't have a waterproof phone. Most phones nowadays are, but you want to check. I have a waterproof phone, but still, don't get it in the port where you charge, because then you need a hairdryer to dry it out. I found that out the hard way, or it won't charge. So totally wipe off, run under the water. I just run under water. I don't use anything but water, but it wipes off. I rub my hands and clean water under a stream of water, my watch, my phone, and my keys, and then dry them off. I try to do that every single day. That'll also help to prevent the spread of this virus. And remember, it is just a virus, so it's all about immune building up. So it's all the stuff we talk about here in our nonprofit. We've got Marcus Watts, Director of Health and Fitness. He can tell you guys about what is going on and how to remain fit, how to get that aerobic exercise. And you can find out more about him on our website, aplantbaseddiet.org. His information is on there. So, these are trying times that we're living in right now, but it's not like we don't have most of the answers. We do. Okay? We just got to recognize that you have the power to take control of your own health for the most part. And we hope that you are in a learning mode now, because maybe it's scary to you. And maybe the fear is a good thing. I mean, we don't want you to have fear all the time. We don't want you to live in fear nonstop. But, if this fear is going to motivate you, and life is all about motivation, the proper motivation. If it's going to motivate you to find out what you need to do to live your best life, to eat the best diet. And remember, it's not all diet, because we got to do that exercise to prevent depression and to keep everything kind of working the way it should, that the machine that is your body. But most of it's food and eating the right food. So organic fruits and vegetables, clear water. Water should be your beverage of choice, purified water, and minimally processed fruits and vegetables, no oils, no added sugars and salts if you can avoid that. And you're good. You're going to have the best possible immune system. Your gut health is going to be amazing. Your brain functioning is going to be improved. Just make sure to take that B12, because we don't want any cognitive decline because of lack of B12. B12 supplements are very, very inexpensive. You can buy them online. You can buy them at your stores. Just make sure to take them. Oh, and your teeth. My teeth. Your oral health is a large reflection of the rest of your physical health. So you got to take care of your teeth. If your teeth are a mess, the rest of your body is probably a mess too. And it also affects your immune system, your oral health. So this is another facet. But again, if you're eating the right diet, and as long as you're doing the right things to brush your teeth, you want to make sure you brush your teeth for the right amount of time. You want to make sure that you get all those areas. You take your time. When you're out in public and you're eating, take a toothbrush and toothpaste with you. Brush your teeth. I do that. I've started doing that. Actually, my wife, Denise, when I met her, that's one of the things I really noticed about her, is that she's always brushing her teeth, even out in public after meals. Do you guys do that? I mean, I know the dentists don't make any money off this, because you're going to get less and less problems with your teeth, but you should do it. And I think the women's bathroom, you can comment here and let me know. I think women might do this more often than men. I mean, women in general are healthier than men, I believe. and that's why they live longer on many, many different levels. But I'm like the only guy that brushes my teeth in the bathroom. I think in like the 3 years I've known Denise, my wife, I think that I've seen maybe one other guy brushing his teeth in the bathroom now that I've got an eye out for this kind of stuff. So guys, you got to do better. Guys, you got to eat better too. You got to realize that taking care of yourself is the best, the most manliest thing you can do. And by the way, if you got time to kill now, watch some documentaries. Go on our YouTube channel. It's called aplantbaseddiet.org. You can go there. Our shortcut is plantbasedvideos.info. But the Plant Pure Nation movie is on there. Search up the channel. You can watch Plant Pure Nation. If you got Netflix, go watch The Game Changers. Go watch What the Health. All these things are going to talk about your health and things you can do. Actually, The Game Changers is more fun because it's a more fun, more generally appealing movie to everybody, I'd say. But right now, with the pandemic that's going on, I'd say What the Health and oh my gosh, cognitive decline. Did I take my B12 today? I don't remember. Plant Pure Nation. You want to watch Plant Pure Nation on our YouTube channel. Remember, our nonprofit is a plantbaseddiet.org, and you can go to that channel. Just go to veganvideos.info. Okay, well, the markets are about to open. I'm sure full panic is going to set in. How are we going to bail everybody out? Are we going to put a freeze on taxes now this year in the United States, which is where I'm talking to you guys from? There's so many things that are going to have to be done and will be done. But in the meantime, try to limit your social contact. You probably know that we have canceled 3 of our major events here in the next 6 weeks. We had one every 2 weeks. Major annual Veg Fest, we canceled them. That was Savannah, Raleigh, and Fairfax here in Fairfax County, Virginia, which is where I'm talking to you from right now. All canceled. So it's only a matter of time. I think all schools are canceled. And it's going to be tough economically. It's going to be tough. All right. And this is nobody's fault specifically. But we want you to survive this, both economically and health-wise. So just do what you can. And if you have any tips, by all means, please put them in the comments here. Look out for more videos. And just try to be healthy out there. And when I say healthy, we're being real specific. Whole plant foods, organic plant foods, minimally processed plant foods, no oils, nothing with containing oils. Eat raw. If you don't know how to do this, eat raw. Eat raw fruits and vegetables with hummus that has no oil. Engine 2, get it at Whole Foods. Engine 2 hummus is at Whole Foods. Go get that stuff. Every single Whole Foods has it. But every single grocery store usually has organic raw fruits. Eat those. Bananas, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. Actually, I had strawberries yesterday. And now that I've been eating so many raw fruits and vegetables, I really develop an eye for the quality of that particular item that's in a store. A lot of times, unfortunately, I know the reason why people don't want to eat these raw fruits and vegetables is because the quality isn't that good. And unfortunately, they got to ship them from far away. They got to pick them before they're ripe. But occasionally you can get some amazing, and the colors, you just tell by the colors. That's how you know we are designed to eat this stuff. Don't eat the brown foods. The shades of brown, stay away. The breads, the processed stuff, all that stuff, cakes, cookies, all those shades of brown, stay away from those, especially right now. Do not eat those. Go for the color. The better the color, the better the fruit usually. The blues and the blueberries, the purple in those blackberries, the yellows, and don't mind if those bananas are a little bit ripe or black areas. Eat those. You don't want them when they're green. They're not ripe when they're green. Strawberries, those reds in the strawberries, those things are awesome. I had some awesome strawberries yesterday. They all build up your immune system, and they all have fiber. Sorry, I'm going to keep going on. Fiber is what you want. Okay, this is how you tell if you're eating vegan junk food or not. Do you know if there's any fiber in your food? If you're eating some kind of brownie, is there any fiber in there? Probably very little, if any, okay? You want to eat the whole food, the main plant, the food as it's grown. That's what you want to eat. And lay off the nuts, seeds, and avocados. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but that's the fatty stuff. Lay off of it. I don't know. It doesn't matter if you're making your cheeses out of nuts. Don't eat that stuff. Don't eat that processed stuff full of nuts and seeds and avocados. You don't need that. You want to get your body back in balance right now. You want to get those unneeded fats out of your body. You want to stay away from metabolic syndrome. You want to get into balance as much as you can. All the stuff, the concept of balance is going to help you do better. It's going to help your immune system. Your immune system will be optimal when it's brought into balance. So that's what you want to do. Low fats. I can't say that enough. I've seen so many people who change over to eating vegan and plant-based and they gain weight. You don't want that. It's not a good example for others because they're not going to want to do that themselves, and it's hurting you. It's throwing you in the metabolic syndrome. You are not at your optimum. You are not building up your immune system, and that is what is needed right now, is optimal immune system functioning. Okay. Well, back to figure out the rest of my day. It's probably going to be refunding folks who signed up for all these veg fests. So if you're out there and you have not received the refund yet, you will get it today. That's on my agenda. And I will be isolating myself socially in front of a digital device to do that, and maybe making another video. So anyway, it's Mike Young signing off. Be sure to visit our website, aplantbaseddiet.org, our YouTube channel, aplantbaseddiet.org, and all kinds of other stuff we got. You're probably watching us on our social media, our vegan groups up and down the East Coast of the United States. We'll see you soon. Bye.